is it. We're rolling. This is episode 364 of No Laugh Track Podcast here at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis. My name is Justin Severson. I'm the lucky guy who gets to host this each week. This is our first episode of 2020, and I am here with my guest. He's been here a few times, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I'm not sure.
A bit.
It's Bengt Washburn. How you doing, Bengt?
I'm doing well. I have a cold, but I'm good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
So we're here on a Thursday, like normal. I normally, most weeks I record the podcast on a Thursday. However, this is a Thursday that feels like a Monday, right? I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah.
Didn't work yesterday. A lot of people partied the night before.
Yeah.
Not me, but a lot of people did.
Did you? I didn't either.
No. I was at Walmart New Year's Eve evening. Yeah.
That could be exciting.
Well,
I mean, sometimes, every once in a while, Walmart is in the news in a very exciting way. Every once in a while.
Nothing that exciting happened, unfortunately. But so here we are on the Thursday, Monday in January.
Yeah.
How were the New Year's Eve shows? You did 2 shows Tuesday nights?
They were great.
Right?
They were sold out, and they were wonderful people. I liked them. They were a little older than me, the age range, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
About my age. They felt like about my age average age.
Yeah?
Which was cool. Maybe a little younger. But yeah, it was great.
Did you, before doing comedy, did you have a history going out on New Year's Eve? Was that ever a thing for you?
No, at all. Well, before comedy, I was really...
Zygote. You were a zygote. You
I was
started
a
very
zygote.
young.
I was Mormon. I was still, at that point, kind of Mormon. So even if you did go out, it was kind of... I don't know. You know, it doesn't... New Year's Eve, no alcohol.
Sure. So if we go back to if I go onto a website in Utah and search, if I could go back to last week and search for goings on New Year's Eve in Utah.
Oh, there's New Year's parties, yeah.
Yeah.
They Salt Lake.
What's the craziest New Year's party in Utah this year? What do you think it was?
Actually, there's probably some pretty crazy, because people do drink there, but it's a different attitude in drinking.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they used to have an alcohol-free first night celebration downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah.
All alcohol-free. I remember doing a show for that, actually, when I was first starting comedy. And I don't drink a lot anyway, but I remember they split up comics. One of the free shows you could do during the alcohol-free thing was stand-up comedy spliced in with poetry reading. So people would get up and read poetry.
Uh-huh. There's nothing more festive, really.
Open mic comics spaced out by people reading just poems. It was horrible.
Wow. Right.
But there were like 8, 9 people there bringing in the new year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's horrible. Our shows were better than that.
Were you done by midnight, or were you still on stage? There was like a 10:30 show, right? So
yeah,
were you still on stage?
We count down on stage.
Yeah,
and
that's their
my
tradition.
Wife got to be here this year.
Oh.
So I was with my wife.
Oh,
she
really?
came up on stage.
What?
Yeah.
How cool is that? I didn't know that.
I've never had her with me on stage before. Not the whole set, just at the end, the countdown.
You weren't throwing jokes back and forth?
Yeah, like her sitting on the stage while I do the show and telling everybody this is horrible.
Yeah, right.
That's what she would say. She would say to everyone, "Stop laughing. You only encourage this. You're making it worse." That's what she would tell everybody. You're making this worse. Do you know he has children? What do you... Yeah.
How often... how long you been married?
Oh, we're coming up on 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
How often does she see you perform these days?
She doesn't like to watch me do this because the audience, when people look at their phones during the show, it makes her really angry.
Oh.
It's really weird. It's like she is the only person that's allowed to not pay attention to me while I'm talking. She's the only,
just in life.
She can. She can fall asleep while I'm talking, and that's cool. But if someone else does it, suddenly they're not entitled to have the same biological response to my voice that she has. It's some sort of intimate thing about me she owns. She feels, I guess.
Was that in the vows, or it's just happened over time?
It's happened quickly. It happened really fast.
Quickly.
How long have you been married?
This time?
Yeah.
4 years?
Is it there yet?
4 years? Yeah, 4 years.
Each person knows how to, just not listen to the other?
I don't know if I'm losing some hearing or if she's not talking louder. I don't know what, but
the difference is what's the difference? Because the effect is the same. Yeah, you know what I mean?
To her, there is no difference.
Yeah.
To me, in defending myself, I'm going, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Now I've started to do a thing where I'll repeat what I thought I heard. I think you just said gibble garble nobble fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it close to that?
And it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Hopefully. But the thing is, have you noticed this? I used to lie a little about not hearing her. But now, last few years, I'm not lying. When I say I can't hear her, I actually can't. Like, this one's not as good. This one's definitely not. The ear. I should get a bigger one. I should get like a big old, big giant. What's that character from Star Trek with a big old gathering?
Oh, yeah. Dorn, Michael Dorn, Zorn, whatever his name was. Yeah.
Is that who did it?
Yeah. Why can't I remember his name but not the character's name?
That's weird. But he has a giant ear. I didn't watch that much, but when I did watch it, every time that guy did a scene, I thought they should have had him mid-dialogue go, what was that? That should have been every scene he done. He did, not done. Should have been that. Just like, wait, did you hear that? That should have been in every dialogue he had.
For the record, what came to mind for me was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when Pee-wee Herman was in the magic shop and he puts on the big plastic ears. And he's like, shh, I'm listening to reason.
Pee-wee, he's great.
He's great.
Yeah,
he is absolutely great. So you did the shows here, New Year's Eve. Everyone was well behaved.
They were awesome. Not one. I don't think there were any arrests.
Arrests?
No arrests. Not one. Here. I didn't see any sirens. When I was out between, there were no sirens at front. So no arrests, no deaths.
That's good.
So I don't know. It was an okay party.
Yeah. So you were in town. You are in town. And your wife is here. She didn't already leave.
She already
hit the road
back home, but she was here with the kids. So we hung out for a few days. I had a cold. I flew here. I was doing shows on a ship in New Zealand a few days ago. So I just hung out with the kids.
Were they with you on the cruise in New Zealand?
No, they were here.
Oh, so you all met here?
We all met here. I got over my cold, or I'm getting over it, and then jet lag, and hung out. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, Christmas was last week. Where were you for Christmas?
In New Zealand.
In New Zealand. By yourself?
Yeah. We just have an arrangement, my wife and I, where we feel it's better if
stop.
You know what I mean? If it'd be better if you weren't with me and the kids during Christmas. You know what I mean?
Just the big holidays.
Well, it's okay now, and it could be better if I was there, but maybe I ruin it. You know, we just figure we'll settle for. No, I wanted to be home. I needed money.
A paycheck.
I went to a World Series game, and I shouldn't have done it. As soon as I did it, I knew, I'm going to have to take any gig that falls in my lap now. Literally. And that's what it was. They called, you want to go to New Zealand? And I guess so.
I heard you talk about that a little bit on the podcast you do with our mutual friend Tim Slagle, Rule of Three, that you went to a World Series game.
Yeah.
Washington Nationals. You live in Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been a Washington Nationals fan for your whole... No, for a year or two.
4 years.
About 4 years.
Yeah, I've been 4 years. Long-time fan. I've been waiting for this championship.
Yeah.
4 years.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Tell that to some other
Twins,
franchises, you son
nice,
of a gun.
yeah.
We do have 2 of them, but it's been a lifetime for some. I want to talk about that for a minute. How did you end up at a World Series game? I mean, not everybody... Free tickets?
No. What happened was we were just downtown milling around, just kind of because everyone's down there, and we thought it'd be fun to just. So me and my wife and kids are down there, and some guy said, "Are you going?" And I said, "No." He said, "Tickets cheap now."
Which game? It can go up to 7 games.
Yeah,
World Series.
This was Game 5.
This was Game 5, and it was
it's at home.
And it could have been the deciding game. I can't remember.
No. Well, if we would have won,
okay.
It would have been because we were up 2. No, we still wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have. No.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember.
So but what happened? He said, "Yeah, tickets are a lot cheaper now because after we lost, or actually, it could have been the deciding game. No, you're right. It was Game 6, And after we'd lost, everyone was thinking, "Oh, we're just going to lose now."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I don't care. I want to see."
Yeah.
I didn't realize the reason the price dropped was because Max Scherzer, our ace pitcher, was injured.
Oh, that's right.
So it was a bargain.
That's right.
That's why.
Yeah.
It was
A bargain at
$1,700. I dropped $1,700
for how many tickets?
for two.
That's the total for the two.
Yeah. For me
So
and my son.
1,700 divided by 2, $850.
Yeah.
You paid $850 per ticket.
I did.
Oh my god!
Yeah. No, they were
Oh
good.
my God.
They were good tickets. I mean, normally those tickets would have been $3,000 when they were full price. They were, in other words, they weren't way up in nosebleed. We had good seats.
I think I saw a picture you posted online. They were good. Not as good as like Marlins man behind home plate. You know that guy.
No.
The wears the all orange. He's a Florida Marlins fan, and if you watch the playoffs, baseball playoffs, he He goes to town and buys a seat behind home plate, and he's like at a game every night. I don't know what he does for a living or where that money comes from, and he wears this gaudy bright orange
I'm guessing
Marlin stuff.
If it's probably some sort of retirement plan.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Something
We
yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
right.
saying. I'm pretty sure we're paying for that. But these tickets were great, and then we lost, which every home game was a lose.
Oh, that's
what was so
right.
amazing about this series.
Yes.
Which I think is so perfect that 7 times, whole stadium full of home fans went home disappointed. Like thousands of people just shaking their like, that was $1,400 we just dropped to watch us lose.
As someone that's worked at baseball or sports stadiums for a couple decades, in my case, I know I've worked some of these big playoff games, and yeah, when you think about how much that's crossed my mind too. Like, man, these people have showed up. They've been thinking about this for weeks, probably.
Yeah.
If it's a playoff game, like since it was announced, they're so excited.
And
Put their
they're
money,
saying
put their
they come
$1,700 down, only to leave just
Heartbroken.
just absolutely heartbroken. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And you'll probably put that money down and do it again because you're a sports fan. The heartbreak.
Yeah, all that is so funny. And it was such a roller coaster. You couldn't have had more of a roller coaster because we beat them twice in Houston. So now we're going to win.
Yeah.
And Houston's on the mat. And then they beat us 3 times at home. So now they're going to win for sure, and we're on the mat.
That's
See what
right.
I mean? It was such a,
yes,
you
that's
couldn't
right.
ask for a more awesome because we won, so it's awesome.
Now, I think you've left out a part of this story that I think I heard you say on Rule of 3.
Yeah.
How much did your son enjoy this game?
I don't think he likes baseball a lot.
Was he awake for the whole thing?
He looked. Well, he had his phone, so he wasn't totally bored because he had his phone on. It's hard. I don't know how I'm going to build memories with my son. If there's a way I could get an app that I could interact with him through his phone, somewhat like he could look at my face on the phone.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
a way.
My kids do it. You're going to go on TikTok or whatever.
And then he would see and we could interact.
Yeah.
In like small 15-second bites of interaction.
Yeah, I think the FBI would be onto you as soon as you open a TikTok account. But
do they?
that's the way to.
And you just send him "I love you" emojis and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
of course.
know.
I don't know. I'm actually. It's funny you bring that up because I've been getting jealous of my wife recently because she has been communicating. I'm divorced, so my 2 older daughters aren't with me full time, so I don't get to see them every day.
Yeah.
That sucks, right?
It does. Yeah.
My wife, my second wife, my current wife, my last wife, still keeps in contact with them via one of these Snapchat. I think I'm not on Snapchat. I think they have
I thought
Snapchat
that
accounts,
was only
so they
for-
send little videos to each other every day. I'll send a text message. I get no reply. It's like texting is so old-fashioned to 13 and 11-year-olds now, I think.
Is it?
Unless I won't get replies all the time. But if I know it because I watch my wife do it. If I sent that via one of these apps that they're using, a video
They would
app,
be all over it.
instantly.
Or
Instantly.
they wouldn't, and it'd break your heart.
or that too. Or maybe I don't want to test that theory.
Wait, that didn't work either?
Yeah, instead it'd probably be like, it's still dad.
Yeah, no, it was just dad.
So
maybe
I
I
don't.
need any money. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll just keep it, where I can just look over at her phone and be like, oh, what are they doing tonight?
It's strange. And I was always emotionally distant the way I was raised.
Oh.
So with my son, we're
Tell me
kind of
about it.
similar. I don't know if it's genetic or... I mean, Kelly's tried to break me into, like, let's hug and that. But that takes years of training to hug right. You know what I mean?
You're not kidding.
You'd read their body language and know to come left high, right low, or right high, left low.
Uh-huh.
All that. And
Next thing you know, you're like swing dancing. Or something.
Yeah. And whether that, if it's a woman, is she just going to do the light, like curve the shoulders so you don't.
Right.
Or is she going to like grab you and like, oh, okay. It's a whole world of this vocabulary. And so I think that kind of distance thing with Ian and I. So we sat at the game. I mean, it's great being with him. And I tell him I love him. I think he believes me. I hope he does.
Oh, I demand that my daughter say it back to me with emotion.
That wasn't good enough. Try it again. Feel it this time.
Yes.
Feel it. Abandon.
Uh-huh.
That's what. You sound like an acting coach. Abandon. Abandon.
I do remember when people first started showing up at sporting events with their phone in their hand, and I thought, well, you brought a distraction. Why are you bringing a distraction?
But that's the way we are, though.
And now it's totally different. Now it's like now they encourage it. You know, check.
Oh, yeah?
You can listen to the play-by-play.
Oh, you can check the
You
balls
can
and
check
strikes.
the balls and strikes.
That's
You can
huge.
get your replays. Yeah,
That's huge. I feel sorry for the umps now because we know better than the home plate ump.
Yeah.
What just went across that plate.
yeah.
And then we're so cocky about it now. Like, how is the ball? I'm like, I am 100 yards from the plate yelling at this guy.
Right.
Because he missed a call of like 4 inches at a ball going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of a, that's poor guys.
Mm-hmm.
They need to automate the home plate, I think.
Well, they
Just
tried.
the home plate.
Yeah, they tried that briefly in the minor leagues last year, and I know Frank Viola, former Twins pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how it played out, but he argued with it and got tossed out of a game, arguing with the
The computer
computer.
serves him right.
They were just testing it like in Double-A or something,
I heard,
low
and I heard
minors.
they're making some tweaks, and from what I read, it looks like that's on the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that that's just not fair. And some of the calls were awful, frankly.
This ties into something I was. One of the things I'll always do. Oh, before we started recording. We don't need to get too into this, but you asked me something about podcasting and things I've learned over the years of doing this. I'll just give you one of these. Here's something that I do before every episode, just when I'm looking for a topic about, like, it's a comedy pod. When I'm talking to comedians, I try to bring something maybe topical that's about comedy.
Yeah.
So I'll literally just search stand-up comedy news on Google or whatever. And one of them that just came up today was a headline. Let's see. It was a blog, so it's not even based on, it's just somebody's opinion. But it got my attention, and it said, automation can replace a lot of things, but it can't replace comedians and singers.
I think it could replace bad comedians pretty easy. I think you could do Google Fish, a mediocre 15-minute. Is Google Fish a word, or is that? I think I just made something up. But
I don't know. I'm like, am I supposed to ask what this is, or should I know?
You know how they have? What are those things those generators, those text generators that they use them to like generate PhD thesis things and they pass? I think what I'm saying is a really hacky 15-minute comedy set. I think you could automate that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be as good. I'd be as entertained.
Oh, no.
It'd be the same for me.
No,
you're right. I think you're right. You can't. There's some things the creative arts cannot be.
Jake Johansson, one of the times he was on the podcast, we talked about something like this. And then he started asking Siri on his phone to tell jokes. I don't have Siri enabled, so I can't do it. But Siri will tell me a joke. And she'll tell you a joke.
A street joke. Though.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah.
Or Alexa. We have Alexa at my house. And Alexa, tell me a knock-knock joke. And
Is she good? Does she have good timing? Good delivery? I don't think she would. No offense. She's very powerful. I don't want to tick her off. She could take me into a blind alley.
Damn right. You watch your mouth.
Show,
all right.
I'm done.
You watch your
my
mouth.
rental sitting in some bad neighborhood. How is my delivery now?
That's right.
How's my delivery now, mouth clown?
Who's there?
Siri, what did you do? But so she does street jokes, but I've known comics who do street jokes, and I've known different entertainers.
Yeah.
That just do them. But it's not the same.
No.
I don't think it could. It's hard to outsource comedy, too. You can't That'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
It's so connected to language and culture. You know what I mean? I think so.
Have you ever been hired to write for someone else?
Briefly. It didn't work out for anybody.
What was the setting?
They wanted me to rewrite or help them punch up an educational video they were making. And all my suggestions involved sets with hiring extras, and you'd need some dancers.
For real?
I didn't. Yeah,
I'm getting the feeling that wasn't in their budget. Probably.
After I worked for a couple hours, I realized, wait, they're not going to want to spend. They're not going to spend $100,000 for a little comic outtake in their video that involves a helicopter and an explosion. This isn't practical.
That'd be great to see.
They were funny,
yeah.
I think, but. I've done that, and I've written for mostly. No, I haven't actually. No one's hired me, which makes me think maybe my writing's not very good.
Oh, stop!
Stop! Man, I'm bummed.
No, let me tell you something. I couldn't make it on New Year's Eve. Like I told you, I had a big appointment at Walmart that I needed to. No, you had two sold out shows here. There wasn't room for me.
They were great.
I have, however. They made me a copy of your set from New Year's Eve, and I listened to one of them. You killed.
Oh, thank you.
You killed, Bengt.
There's some of them I'm excited about. There's some new jokes that just happened. The audience was so good that I'm very excited. There's some ideas that I like that are fun.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to that, and you had the good roar.
Oh yeah.
There was applause breaks.
Yeah, they were phenomenal.
It was really, really good. I mean, I've been a fan, so I'm not surprised, but
they were fantastic.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
No one hires me to write. They hear it and go, I don't get it.
That's all right. It's all yours.
Okay.
That's all right. Keep it all for yourself.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Let's see here. I have some notes here that I took. What are some things I want to talk about here? One of the things, Twitter, on your Twitter account. I was looking over that.
I'm not very. That's why they don't hire me. I'm not prolific. You know what I mean?
Does that matter?
I don't think.
I don't.
That's
a whole other thing.
Yeah, true. Most prolific Twitter accounts, mostly crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked yours over. I saw one. It was a picture you put. This may have started on Instagram. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It was a picture of you when you took it. And you were on a cruise ship, and it had all these mattresses in a dumpster.
That's a true story, man.
And then I mean, you can say what the caption was if you remember what you wrote about it. But just seeing, I mean, the imagination just go like,
whoa.
The life of a mattress. Whether it's a hotel or a cruise ship, just the times.
Any shared mattress.
Yeah.
Any mattress that becomes this, shared intimate space for the public at large.
Yeah.
And it depends on the ship. These are a little higher end, but they're not that high end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think of sharing a mattress with a typical Carnival cruise clientele versus like Holland America, which is what I'm doing. It's just, I don't want to, we share mattresses. Like, we're really okay with it. We spend a lot of money to share mattresses.
Uh-huh. Where do you think those used mattresses should end up instead of a dumpster?
No, a dumpster.
A dumpster?
No, that's where they belong. Yeah.
This is something that you guys have talked about on Rule of Three, the satisfaction of like fixing something on your own.
Tim's
there was one you guys
that.
you talked about, and I talked to Tim about this because I had the same thing with the washer dryer stuff and fixing that, going on YouTube, watching videos. So I've also replaced some electrical outlets because
You've done that?
It's so easy, Bengt. So easy.
You don't know me. I don't.
It's so easy. It's so easy
to start a fire if you change your own.
Here's the thing.
I
I bought bought some new outlets. I've already put in 2.
Oh my word!
Yeah, and I have like 4 more to go. Because we're putting cords in.
I mean, that work, not just trick outlets.
No.
I'm
putting.
They're in the airports everywhere, by the way.
I've seen those. People put the sticker up, and it looks like a charging station.
No, they're real, and you plug in, your phone doesn't charge. Anyway, go ahead.
So I replaced a few of those, and it's all together. Then I also did so if some of those do go bad, I also, like I said, I've got the new smoke detectors. One will hopefully save me from the other one.
Said,
that's just a strange coincidence that happened.
It wasn't I should.
Yeah, it wasn't
have a
like
backup in
no, it
case.
wasn't like, well, I'm going to go buy skis. Well, then I better buy a helmet. Like
No,
it wasn't. No,
relationship.
there was. It just
the two.
there wasn't at all. However,
I'm going to buy a gun. I better get some antidepressants for this gun.
That's great.
They go together. They always should go together. Okay.
This was my favorite part, though. I ended up triggering the woman that was checking me out at Walmart.
You triggered the woman? How?
I noticed that she was double bagging everything.
Uh-huh.
And I went, I noticed you're double bagging everything. And she's like, Sam would be rolling over in his grave if he knew the bags we were using these days. Sam Walton?
Oh, really?
Yes. I said, you've been around a long time. Oh, I've been working for Walmart 20-some years. Sam,
oh, really?
I met Sam once. That's what she's telling me. I met Sam. I met Sam. He would be rolling over in his grave.
Because of the waist? The double bag?
Because they're so thin. She's upset that they replaced them with good bags with shitty bags. That's why they're double bagged. Yeah.
So she's upset that they're thinner than they need to be thick. Like real old time. You're right, they are thin.
Yeah.
They're really thin now.
Yeah. And now I'm noticing a pattern in my life. I was at a Walmart on Black Friday. Not even Black Friday. Christmas Day. Like late that night, 8 o'clock. Because I needed to buy I got a present for one of my daughters. It worked out well. She loved it. It was I'll tell you what it was, because she already got it. I bought her one of these Chromebooks. You know, it's like a
laptop.
It's a cheap laptop.
Yeah.
I got one for $100. It's just she just wants to use it to do schoolwork,
and it works.
It's going to last 2 years and die, but it's $100.
You throw it in the ocean.
Yeah,
it's fine. It works out.
Damn right. So
is it working? The Chromebook?
It is.
You bought it. Okay.
It is, and it's name brand and everything. Yeah, it's good. But when I went into that same Walmart on Black Christmas evening to go buy that. They have, the place is mad. It's a madhouse. There's stuff, in the aisles, everywhere. All the new stuff that, that they're pushing out for that 2-day sale is all in the aisles and everything. I couldn't find the Chromebooks. I think I know where they should be, but they're not there. So I go and ask a guy. I go, hey, the Chromebooks you're advertising for $100? Yeah, they were. He's pointing.
At an empty spot.
And then he's pointing over here.
What?
And he's like, I put him out, so I should know.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, I put him out, so I should know. And he just goes, just go check over there.
It's just a blur.
So he just goes, just go check over there. So I go walk around for another 5 minutes in this whole electronics area. I don't see any. So then I go to the counter where a different person, a woman, is standing behind. I go, do you know where the $100? She goes, Chromebooks. Turns around, right here, honey, and hands me one.
So I behind her?
Yeah.
Did she go get him? Did she pick him up and bring him to the front?
I think they were keeping him safe behind the counter. But the point is, how did this guy not know this?
Oh, I see.
And I loved his, I should know.
I should know. I think they were hiding them and going to take them themselves because they're a super good deal.
That could be.
That's what was going on.
Yeah, reselling them for double the price on
just outside.
The following Monday.
Outside.
So that's my...
just rebrand them. Put your own sticker on
there. There you go.
Go. Why not?
Are you selling any Chromebooks after the show here?
I will be selling the Bengt Washburn Chromebook.
Okay. No. What did you bring any merch that you're selling?
No.
Giving away. Did you bring any merch you're giving away?
I did. I'm giving away coasters.
Coasters?
That advertise my dry bar special. Not bad.
Nice.
Which you also get for free. This isn't a good economic model. This makes money. But and I have 4 or 5 T-shirts that I'm going to give away to the staff.
That you brought along here?
One if your size is right. All I have left are extra larges. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm out of mediums. Out of large.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Sorry, Justin.
All right. Well, where can people follow you? Get more info on your on the podcast. You do
Rule of 3 with Bengt Washburn and Tim Slagle. That's what you need to Google because it'll come up. Because there are 2 other podcasts called Rule of 3. It's who Googles a podcast name before you start. That'd be smart. Who would do that? So.
We're going to start a business called Bed Bath and Beyond.
Rule of
we sell everything.
The number 3 with Bengt Washburn and Tim Slagle. It's a really small title. And BentWashburn.com will work. Or I'm on Facebook or Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. And what's the one you swipe? No, I don't. I'm not on that.
You tell me.
I don't.
You tell me.
I don't know what that is. What is it called again? What is it?
Tinder. Brandon
See,
knew.
I'm glad. I don't even know what that is. Okay.
You know what? I have one more thing for you.
Oh, no. What?
This is another critique of your... No.
More shameful stuff.
This is... I don't even know how I stumbled upon this the other day, but there's a website called howmanyofme.com. where you can search your first and last name, and I don't know what they base this on.
Is there more than one of me? I think there's one.
So I searched Bengt Washburn, Bengt Washburn, and it says there are 1 or fewer people in the U.S. named Bengt Washburn.
I'm betting fewer.
And he's sitting right across from me.
I'm the only one. Yes.
I mean...
I tell people that. You Google me. If you Google Bengt, just Bengt, I think I'm number 3. On the Google search list. I used to be 2, but then some guy got some Bent Holmgren or something. Google it now. See where I come up. Bent Holmgren, and he got this Nobel Prize for chemistry, and he bumped me off the top spot. It's a stupid Nobel Prize.
I mean, what are those for? What are those good for?
They're just political. That's what I've been told anyway. They're just political.
Oh, he's a Finnish economist.
Oh, he's a Finnish economist.
Yeah.
So he got a Nobel Prize.
What did you call him?
I thought it was Holmgren. What is his name?
Oh, maybe this is a different guy. There's a Bent Holmgren and a Bent Holmstrom.
Holmstrom is who I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Holmstrom.
Okay.
And is he the Finnish guy?
Yeah.
He got the Nobel Prize in economics.
Yeah. So then I was going to let you know that in the United States, just the first name Bengt, there are fewer than 1,654 people in the U.S. with the first name Bengt.
Are they all documented residents, or some of them? Just Sweden, you know.
And then Washburn, of course, is more common.
Yeah.
23,920. I did my first name. So yours, Bengt, 1,654. Justin, 517,000.
Oh, my word.
731, yeah. Yeah. They don't even, like on yours, it doesn't even put a rank. United States.
No.
It would be, astronomical.
And Bengt Washburn, one.
Right.
Google the Taffeth name. Does it show up? My brother's name.
That's
that
right.
He used to have Taffeth.
20 Justin Seversons, by the way, in the United States.
20?
Yeah.
Oh.
How many of me? All right. Yeah.
T-A.
Do you still mention your brother's name on
stage?
stage?
I do that on the cruise ship shows,
yeah.
So
I
got to
great.
do that because it's...
Okay, first name. Spelled?
T-A-F-F-E-T-H.
E-T-H.
Maybe we'll try an I-T-H spelling. If you Google it, I think you just come up with my comedy bits. No humans.
Oh, right. All right. We got one.
Is there one Taffeth?
There are one or fewer people in the United States named Taffeth.
There isn't one. It's fewer.
There are fewer than, right about where you are, 1,654 Taffeths.
So they're
in
just making it up.
In the United States.
That's just making it up then, because that's not a real name. Mom was wrong. I've asked Welsh people. They're like, no, that's not a name.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
So I think once the name gets uncommon enough, they just plug it into this. Whatever.
There are probably about 1,600 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the real spelling of Taffeth?
I don't know. They weren't sure. They think it was supposed to be Taffet, Taffid, or I don't know. It's funny. It might be Tafith.
Do your parents have normal names? Or yeah.
They did. But Mom was fun. She just wanted to start out on a different, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Right out of the gate, you're going to be eccentric. This baby looks weird.
Yeah.
You know.
He looks bent.
Yeah. This will be useful. And it was.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you, Justin.
People come and see the shows tonight. It's
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, 2 shows, Saturday, 2 shows.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. Listen to my that very offensive joke. I'm working on it. I'm tinkering with it. I'm making it better. All right.
Perfect. Thank you.